Ahoy ahoy crew. Let's go over my cross-impact build. My cross-impact build is different from the general glass cannon or the usual suggested GX build, because mine is a lot more defensive and has a lot different options that it uses, especially card-wise. You sacrifice, I say quite a bit of damage to get a lot more resistance, but it's still enough damage to literally do all the content. So it's, I think, a fine trade-off. So, for the headgear, it's the same as a glass cannon. Plus 12 old bone circlet, acute 5, and a deep sea king drama card carded into it. Middle headgear, magical booster with plus 3 critical rate and 3% attack, with a king drama card, because it combos with the deep sea king drama to give you HP percent. Bloodsucker as the lower headgear for HP leeching. It's very nice to have sometimes, especially for rolling cutter. Plus 9 to 12 strength Sutan for the armor. This I use instead of the automatic, because with automatic, your critical rate is a lot more stretched. So Sutan, you can get up to 20 critical rate and still have damage as well, with the strength blessing and all the attack percent and everything. So it allows you to use more defensive cards, and you don't have to rely on Furious Ninetail for your critical rate. So for the card, it's usually Contam Raedric for neutral resistance, or any elemental card. Ominous Solider for HP if you really want that. Bathery card, Angeling, Pasana, any of those cards, the things that give you elemental resistance, basically. The weapon, plus 15 Bolt Crusher, 10% attack, Demon, Undead, Shadow, Formless, Boss. Any of those are good. Formless and Shadow a bit less than others, but they still have uses. 2 Aramis Guile cards for the weapon, because the skill damage, it's still really good. Going back to Sutan for a second, it also gives damage versus angels and demons, which is usually really good versus endgame content bosses, since a lot of it is angels and demons. That's also something else to note. For the garment, I use a plus 11 automatic engine wing B. A is fine as well. B is more common for people to make. Critical, above all, and powerful are the enchants I use. Above all, because it gives you a lot of resistance. Powerful, because it gives melee damage, and critical, because crit damage and critical rate. Carding it with a Raedric card for resistance. You can also opt to do a more damage-focused Mantu and use a plus 12 temporal agility Mantu with 6% attack and the Raedric card. So it depends on if you want to go full resistance or still have some damage left over. I prefer the auto engine wing because I like to never be dead. I'll survive everything and just keep DPSing. It's a very self-sufficient build. You don't rely on anyone to resurrect you all the time and buff you. You can do everything yourself for the most part. For the footgear, plus 4 to 6 temporal boots of luck with fighting spirit and bear's might. Bear's might because we combo with the accessory. And then deep sea merman card because it combos with deep sea king Dramo. You don't need to refine the temporal luck boots to high refines. 4 or 6 is fine. Anything above that is very min-maxing, and I'd say isn't worth it. For the first accessory, King Schmidt's Strong Insignia with Strong, Sharp 5, and Strength 5 is best. Sharp 4 is almost the same as Sharp 5. Either one works. It's 1 crit rate difference. Doesn't really matter. Card it with a Shotgun Buffalo Bandit card, because it combos with our Revolver Buffalo Bandit card. The other accessory, Automatic Booster R, with attack speed, fatal, and all force, with a Revolver Buffalo Bandit card. You can budget this and use a Drain Life module instead of all force, but all force obviously is better because more damage. For the pet, Orc Hero Pet is still the best. You can also use a Keel Pet as a budget option. Orc Hero is the strongest, though. Class set is the GX Shadow set. The plus 10 all stats is great. The HP is great. it's just good to have. Gives the best resistance as well because it gives a lot of HP. For the consumables, Bouche Noel, Magic Mushroom, Enchant Deadly Poison. The Magic Mushroom plus our Bolt Crusher gives us our 30% after cast delay for spamming cross impact. And then the stats, 120 strength for just damage, 80 agility for flee and a bit of attack speed for spamming, 120 vit because you do 0 DPS if you're dead, 1 int because, as always, GXs aren't that smart, 80 dexterity for rolling cutter to hit stuff and attack speed, and then 120 luck for the temporal luck boots and the critical rate. And that's it. So, that is my personal build that I use. I even have that in game. I can show the window right now. And I use basically that, except my Bolt Crushers +7. And that's all for my personal GX build. If you liked the video or you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, share it with friends, and I'll see you in the next video.